What's going on, everyone? This is Wasim from the Tech Boys, and I have a full review of the HP Pre 3. Again, the Pre 3 was discontinued by HP, so I never made an official release. This is the AT&T model, and I'm just going to basically see if it actually had a chance if it came out. Now, first we're going to talk about the hardware. So just like the Pre 2, the Pre Plus, and the original Pre, basically the same design. You have a slider, but with the Pre 3 it's actually a little bit bigger. It's a 3.6 inch display with 480 by 800 pixels. So this is the highest resolution Pre phone that has ever come out. I guess similar design. It's like a pebble shaped phone. It does feel really good in the hand, but as for the hardware, it's not up to par with other phones that came out in the summer, like the Galaxy S2 or the iPhone 4. You do get a VGA front camera. There's an earpiece. The gesture controls are on the bottom. On the back, there's a 5 megapixel camera with a flash and the speaker and mic. At the top, the power button, the mute switch, the headphone jack, volume rocker. And on the back you can see the metallic HP logo, AT&T logo, and speaker. And on the right side there is the micro USB charging port. And let's take a look at the keyboard. So it's a lot bigger than what we saw on the Veer and the Pre 2 and the Pre Plus. We got a huge improvement in the keyboard. I'll talk about the keyboard a little bit more. It's kind of bubbled. It is slightly raised. And on the back you get a mirror. Alright, so overall the hardware is decent. It's not amazing, but it's definitely an improvement over the previous Pre models and the Veer. So on the software, it's running Webos. It's running Webos 2.2. That's the latest software. I don't think they're going to be updating the device anymore since they did discontinue it. But Webos is going to be an open source software, so other manufacturers can start using it. So Webos is a great operating system. It is lacking in a few areas. I'll give you a quick run through. If you tap on the status bar, you can get your Wi-Fi, your battery life, Bluetooth, airplane mode. You do get applications in the dock that you can change out, and when you tap on it, it's going to open up. And then this is the gesture pad. Moving your finger upward, it will go back to the home screen, and you can see your open application. When you go to the app drawer, you get your preferences, you have extras, my applications. That's a panel I created. And of course, all your applications, and you can tap right on the top left and you can add new panels or launch your pages, uninstall apps right from here. So I love Webos for the multitasking. It's definitely one of the best operating systems for multitasking. You can easily open applications. Just like that, I have just opened about 4 applications. You can easily go between them. Go back to email. And then you can group them together. So if I want to put this with this card, and I can easily do that. So right now let's go check out the web browser. It's a decent browser. Definitely not as smooth as iOS or as some Android devices, but it does work pretty well. So let's just go to CNN.com, and it's running over AT&T's HSPA Plus network. There we go, we have the web page opened. So I scroll down, and this is the mobile version. Let's go to the full website. And of course, you can use it in portrait or landscape mode. Oh, it's almost done. So again, it's loaded up. You can pinch to zoom. And double tap to zoom in. So yeah, it does have its flaws. It can get a little bit slow, but it's definitely usable. It's not too bad. And of course you can add new pages. Pages is actually pretty unique. You can, basically it's going to be a new card, so all your web pages is going to be on a brand new card. And like that, the 2 web pages are going to be right there. And of course you can do bookmarks, clear history, all that basics. Alright, next I want to talk about this keyboard. So I'm going to create a new message. So with the Pre 3, it's a 3.6 inch screen, so it's bigger than the iPhone. The iPhone has a virtual keyboard, but with the Pre 3 there is no virtual keyboard, so you're stuck with the physical keyboard, which is a pretty disappointing because sometimes I wanted to create a quick message without opening the phone, and that was pretty inconvenient at times. So I'm just going to do a little demonstration on the keyboard. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog. So the keyboard is decent. Webos does a really good job with autocorrect, but I wish there was that virtual keyboard. And the keyboard itself, it's decent. It's not really as good as the BlackBerry keyboards, but it's a decent keyboard. Alright, next I want to talk about the camera. So it is a 5 megapixel shooter, and I'll just get the iPhone 4. I'll just take a picture of that. So there is the camera. Could focus and take the picture. So the camera, it was decent. It's not really as good as like the iPhone 4 or any of the other high-end devices, but it does a decent job. And with the video, it does shoot in 720p video, and again, it's decent. Alright, next I want to talk about call quality, battery life, performance. And for call quality, I actually did get a few dropped calls using the phone. Don't know if it was because of AT&T's network or the actual phone, but when I use the iPhone 4S or the Galaxy S2, I don't get any drop calls. So I'm gonna say that the call quality is not really that great. The earpiece, like the sound of it, it's kind of fuzzy when it's pretty loud. For the speaker, it's loud. It's pretty nice. It's louder than the iPhones, and it does a pretty good job with the speakerphone. On battery life, it's pretty good. It has a 1230 milliamp hour battery, so I was able to get through the day off the charge at 7 a.m. up to probably 11 p.m. using it moderately. Battery life has been pretty good on the phone. Performance, Webos, this is probably one of the fastest devices to be on Webos. It's the 1.4 gigahertz processor, so it should be pretty fast. I wish it was a little bit faster, but it does perform everything pretty decently. Opening applications, or creating emails, using calendar. And for Webos, a few key areas that needs to be worked on is definitely speed. Some applications do take a little bit of time to open up. Definitely applications, the app catalog is lacking in some applications. It does have some key applications, but nothing compared to what we see on the iPhone or Android devices. It has like Pandora and weather and Facebook, some nice games like Angry Birds or Need for Speed. So there are some decent applications, but nowhere near where iOS or Android is. Emailing, it does pretty good. Notifications on Webos is awesome. You just tap on the bottom and you can see all your notifications. You can swipe them away. Just like emails, if I was in the email application, I can, on the message, I can just swipe it off and it's deleted just like that. So a few things that I do love about Webos: multitasking, the gestures, and just type. I can just pull up the keyboard and write hello. It's gonna search everything. I can use maps. I can create a new text. Just typing it out, similar to what we have on BlackBerry devices. Alright, so this has been a review of the HP Pre 3. So was HP smart on not launching this device? To be honest, I can't really answer that question. If they launched it in the summer, I do think it would have a place in the market. They do need to price it right. If it priced maybe like $50 or for free on contract, it could have done decently. But then again, the Webos is lacking in some areas like applications and threaded emails, syncing. So I did enjoy using the phone, but I can't use this phone as my daily driver to just a lot of things that I need on my phone. So the iPhone 4S can take care of that, or my Galaxy Nexus. But Pre 3 was a good phone. I wish HP would have stepped it up a little bit more. Dual core processors, better hardware, new design. This is the same design with the 3 or 4 year old Pre. So good attempt by HP, but just not good enough in the market today. Thanks for watching. Please subscribe to our videos. Thank you.